Welcome to the Mob City gameplay video. Let's start with looking at the components of the game. So I'm going to explain the various cards that you get once you open the box. So at the top here, these are your juice point cards. These are the cards that help you win the game. We have laundromat, restaurant, hotel. This is the old card. It used to be factory, now it's warehouse. And casino. Each of them worth more and more juice points as you go along the line. Down this side here, these are our payroll cards. These are the cards that earn you money. So a loan shark, every time you play it, will earn you 1 large, a gift will earn you 2, an earner will earn you 3, a fence will earn you 4, the skim card will earn you 5, and a gambler card allows you to gamble the money that you already have to earn more money. The large cards are the money denominations in the game. We start with 1 large and we go up to 5. The act cards are the cards that we have in the middle here. They're split into two different types. The gray cards are permanent cards. You can use them once per turn and they stay out on the board. The red cards, these are instant cards. You use them once per turn and then they go into your discard pile. I'll explain more about the reason why they're set up this way in another part. You also get the dice in the game. You get the hit points. These you get 8 per player at the beginning of the game. And then we have the cop card. The cop card is shuffled into our juice point cards, and I'll explain that a little bit later on in this video as well. And now the objective of the game. To win the game, you need to either have 25 juice points. Now 25 juice points, the juice points are located on the juice cards. For example, a casino is worth 5 juice points. Okay, so if I've got a bunch of casino cards and a bunch of laundromat and restaurant and hotel and warehouse cards, enough to equal 25 juice points, then I would win the game. Now, this may not be possible simply because of the cop cards. Once the cop card is revealed, you can no longer take cards from that pile. So the only way then to win the game is to steal juice from other players by whacking them. That is where you attack them with various hit cards. That's a little bit later on in the video. The other way that you could win technically is by killing everybody else that you're playing against, which is violent, but this is a mafia game, so why not? How to set up all the cards. So here's how I like to set up the game on a table. I start with my juice point cards. I put them at the top since they are worth the most amount of money. But what you need to do is take the cop card and shuffle it into each one of your juice decks so that it is not the top card, but you don't know where it is. Okay? Then what I like to do is I line up everything by how much they are worth. So all the cards that are worth 1 large, I put them beside the 1 large card. So all of these cards are worth 1 large to buy, including the loan shark. Same, this row is 2 large, 3, 4, and 5 large. Every player needs to get their opening hand. It consists of a gambler card and 4 of the 1 large cards. As well, they will need 8 hit point counters. And that's how you set up your game. How to earn money called large in the game. A player's turn can have many different stages to it, one of which being playing your payroll cards to earn money. So if I was to play a skim card at the beginning of my turn, or any point in my turn, I would then earn 5 large. The 5 large would immediately go to my hand, leaving the skim in my discard pile. So during play, this player has 2 gifts and a loan shark. He puts them in play, and he takes his 5 large that those would earn him. And now, gambling. This player has decided that she's going to gamble 1 large. She's put her gambler card and her large card into play, rolled the dice, and rolled an even number. That means she's doubled her large. The money goes into her hand, and she can choose to spend it or save it. Our second player isn't quite so lucky. He's decided to gamble 2 large. When he rolls, it's an odd number, so he loses his money. It goes back to the bank. Buying cards. If you want to buy cards and add them to your deck, the player simply puts out the the amount of large that they're going to be using to buy the cards. In this case, I have 6 large that I want to spend. So with my 6 large, I can buy 6 large worth of cards. The cards have the amount that they are worth right there in the corner. So in this case, a piece is worth 3 large. So I'm going to buy a piece, a card door that's worth 2 large, and a knife that's worth 1 large, meaning that I have now spent my 6 large. Let's look more in depth at act cards. During your turn, you can also play act cards. If I was to play a permanent card, that's the gray cards, once I put it into play, I can use it right away, but I can also leave it out. I can have 2 permanent cards out throughout the game. I can switch them out at any time. Once it's out, I can use it once per turn. My raid card is an instant card. And with an instant card, I would put it down as I was playing it, use it in whatever way it explains to me on the card, and then it immediately goes into my discard pile to be shuffled back into my deck later on. Making hits and defending yourself. Alright, I'm going to explain how defenses work if somebody is attacking you. So in this case, our player has a stack of cash out. This lets you take half of the hit point damage whenever somebody attacks you. So let's say another player was to play a Tommy gun on this character, on this player. Instead of taking the 4 damage that they would take normally with a Tommy gun, because of the stack of cash, they're only going to take 2 damage. So I'm going to take away 2 hit points. So an opponent has played a peace card. That's worth 3 hit points. Now, fortunately for our player, he has a card door. The card door defends you from any kind of gun attack, so this cancels the attack entirely. You lose 0 hit points. This card goes back to the opponent's discard pile, and this card goes into our discard pile. Your opponent has a permanent card. It's a baseball bat. That means they get to use this once per turn. They've decided to hit you, and unfortunately, you have no way of defending yourself. So, you're going to lose those 2 hit points as determined by the card. Let's take a look at a hit during a game. So she's played a baseball bat. She's decided to hit this opponent, and he loses 2 points because he doesn't have any way of defending himself. She next goes to her hand, and she has an instant card, which is a knife. She plays it on the other opponent, and he also has no way of defending himself, so he loses a hit point. If you successfully whack an opponent, that means you've taken away their last hit points, you get to keep all of their juice points and add those cards to your stack. That's it for this gameplay video. I hope you find it helpful, and I hope you enjoy the game. And if you have any questions, feel free to contact us on Twitter at UNI.vs Games.